All right. You guys ready to do this? Are you ready to do this?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. They're all raising their hands. Hey. Welcome once again to There Is a Better Podcast. Sometimes crude, often funny, always friendly banter, or at least almost always friendly. We try to distract you one episode at a time. You can always email us by emailing us at thereisabetterpodcast@gmail.com. On Twitter,
there's a better one.
And then, of course, on Instagram, you can get us at
There Is a Better Podcast.
And on YouTube, you can check us out on
youtube.com/There's a Better Podcast.
And, of course, we still got that RadioShack hat to give away.
I think we're getting close to
how many
being
we got?
able to give it away.
How many we got?
I think we're right there.
I think we are right there. So maybe not this week.
But that doesn't mean we will not accept other reviews. If you've got a review and you want to give it to us, we will put you in the running. All you got to do is do that. And once we figured out that you've given us the review, wherever it may be, however it may be, we will be giving away that RadioShack hat, which is ultra cool and has been sitting in Tony's house for quite a while.
Collecting lots of dust.
Coming up on There Is a Better Podcast today, we're going to be talking about the new release of Dune. We've, of course, got our better beverage. We'll be talking about Tyrants. We'll be talking about positivity. And we will be talking about moves by Marvel that were marvelous. And, of course, today's podcast is brought to you by the word. Anybody got it ready or not?
I do.
You got it ready?
I do.
Copacetic.
Copacetic.
That was really quiet, wasn't it?
Hey, you might want to turn it up because your computer is at
Turn it up, brah.
0.
Oh, yeah, you were
like
way down.
Copacetic.
There you go.
Oh, let's do it one more. Today's better podcast word is
Copacetic.
And what does that mean, guys?
That means in excellent order.
Correct. So we are not, as always, copacetic right now.
Hey,
but we're about ready to get to, because we are going to go ahead and get things rolling with our better beverage. Yes? You guys ready to do that, or you got something else to talk about?
Are you really asking us if we're ready to drink? We always are ready to drink.
I kind of figured as much. You guys know I like to give a little bit of background on this stuff, right?
Yes.
Send it.
Yes.
Today we are drinking what is known as the Sidecar. Anybody ever drink this before?
I've drank out of the side of a car falling out once.
I've only heard of it now.
Seen it.
Oh, you know, we
On
never
the
introduced
list.
ourselves. I'm sorry. I skipped over
No,
that.
that's fine. Let's just end the show.
And we'll call it a day.
Hit it with the outro.
I am the...
Can I still drink?
Oh, yeah, we're out of here.
It's been our best episode ever.
I am the intern.
Right to the point.
I am the intern formerly known as Ghosty, and of course to my right is,
Mikey Two-Sheets.
and to his right is,
Tone.
and to his right is.
Ghosty.
There you go. Guesty back with us
Ghosty
once
gives
again.
us
She
those.
joined us for the last two episodes. Now let's do There Is a Better Beverage. How about that?
Yeah.
Does that work out for you guys?
Sure.
That's what they call in the business a soft reset.
So the exact origin, I don't know if I'd call it very soft. But
How
we
dare
hit
you
it pretty
teach
hard,
us
but-
about radio
I don't know any of that. I just made it up. It
or
sounded good.
podcasting?
The exact origin of the sidecar is unknown. I'm actually kind of trying to read this, and I've got my glasses on. It's actually not working.
Every episode, he complains about not having his readers, and he finally brings them, and he still can't read it.
But it's thought to have been invented around the end of World War II in either London or Paris. It is unknown where, though. The drink was directly named for the motorcycle attachment, which is called a...
Sidecar.
Well done, well
Spoke
done,
over
well
you,
done. Now, this, as far as I know, it's not a commonly ordered drink. Honestly, in all the years that I ever bartended, I think I only made one my entire time.
It was for you.
No, actually, it was not. But it's a recipe that I feel like you would serve it after your. Oh wow, this is awesome. I got the ring light now too. So this is something that you know when your uncle comes over, brings a bottle of cognac, and then leaves it behind. You know what I'm
Yes.
talking about?
Yeah.
You know, you got one of those uncles?
Yeah.
You got one of those uncles?
The
good kind. The good kind.
Cousin?
No.
Friend?
Brother-in-law.
Okay, there you go. That works.
I don't have friends.
Basically, when somebody brings over, because
Besides
myself,
Tony.
I don't really drink cognac. I've had it before. I'm not going to say I'm a huge fan, but I would never usually have it in my house other than that. So what you do is you've got 1.5 ounces of cognac. You've got 3 3/4 ounce of a Cointreau, which could also be what could be substituted. Do you guys remember from the last episode or the last two?
Cinco?
No, triple sec.
Triple sec, that's right.
3/4 ounce of lemon juice. Then you go ahead and pour all the ingredients into a shaker. You shake it up in some ice. You pour it out. And today we are doing the sugar rim. You might also want to garnish it with either a lemon or excuse me, an orange or a lemon.
Copacetic.
Orange or a lemon.
Zesty.
I didn't come up with a toast for this one. Anybody got something for this one?
Do we have to do a witch's cackle again?
No. It's Sidecar. So it's Sidecar. What do we got? Anything?
Side talk?
man.
Snide remarks?
Ooh,
No.
You know what? You know what
No.
motorcycle would be ridiculous with a sidecar on it?
Do tell.
Oh, I thought you almost said it.
Dude, perfect.
Ducati?
No, dude.
Dude.
So
Poor Ghosty. He's really trying.
I kind of like Duhas.
You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
I do, but yeah,
But that's
let's
not-
go someplace else.
That's not positive.
That's not
Let's stay positive.
copacetic.
Are we going that way direction today? Is this something positive?
Let's do it.
I don't know.
Direction. I don't know.
Copacetic.
I thought I thought that was in the show plan today. I guess I pays to read.
To positivity.
Positivity.
Are you sure about
Sweet.
that?
Drink
Yeah.
up, drink
All
up,
right,
bitches.
fuck it. The sugar has become candied to the glass.
Yeah, that's because we waited for a while.
Holy shit.
Well, who was it that made the drink like 10 hours before we actually started doing the show?
I tried to
Who
wait.
complains about that?
Yes.
Stop it, you.
Stop it.
We're all, you know what though? We're all just drinking it. Nobody's talking now.
Let's give instant reviews. Wow, my chest is really warm right now. Everybody's coughing. Tony's going to say something about Robitussin, probably.
Whoever wants to go first. Go first.
I am not going to say that I like it. I am going to say that it's okay.
I can see why you only got one order.
Oh, no.
No, I
It's
honest-
not anything against
I-
the bartender. Never.
No, well,
Nope.
and in this case, I mean, you're talking about cognac, and I don't think any of us really is
A big cognac
drinker.
No.
I've only had it 2 times prior to this.
If you like brand, now we had those. Except for we did rum Alexanders.
Yes.
So we did like a brandy Alexander on one show. That was actually really damn tasty.
His face with this.
Tiki
it looks like
Tone
those
is not having
Tony-
this.
Not
Tony-
liking it.
He's going to switch to Coors Light in a minute.
If Tony could verbalize, his face
Facial
right now, it
expressions.
would be.
It's that cat puking with the shrimp.
Oh, it's the... Yep. There you go.
Oh.
Or the cat heaving
about
the
it
broccoli.
right on.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
like
think
like a sidecar. This does not belong on a motorcycle.
Well, I would say that if you are a
Or like a sidecar. This
if
doesn't.
you are a cognac or a brandy drinker, you might like it. Other than that, I don't see it as something that normally I would drink.
Do you,
me
is
try
there... Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, let me try that again. Like a sidecar on a motorcycle. This does not belong. That's better.
There we go.
He's got it.
I just got, as you were we were doing that segment, I got to thinking about it. Is there really a Thanksgiving like esque drink? Like we go into the holidays, you normally have like certain drinks that you have
Mimosas.
for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think most of the time I've
yeah.
had mimosas or white wine.
We have one at my house. What were you going to say?
No, go.
Oh, we have one at my house, and I think we should try it. It's actually, we just call it Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh yeah.
And so it's rum chata and vodka, and you like do a little bit of cinnamon on top.
Maybe you should do that for our Thanksgiving episode.
And you serve it in a
think-
chilled
I
martini
think-
glass, and I will bring the chilled
I
martini glass.
actually have done the rum chata with raspberry vodka, and I really dig
Ooh.
that. Yeah.
That sounds nice.
Tony, you don't have to finish it if you don't like it.
I'm eating the sugar. I don't know what you're talking about.
He is. He's basically going around
Before I
the entire
forget
room
it,
taking care of the sugar.
Round the outside.
Two things that like kind of caught my eye recently or made me think about it. We're in society in podcasting. Somehow we got put under that one. I don't know how that happened. But I'd like to think as a educational show now, because we teach you how to make drinks. We teach you words that put you in your vocabulary. Who would have thought it that we're an educational podcast?
And it's going to be on the SAT when you get toward the end of the semester.
There is a better podcast. We're Bubble D, whatever. And
Double D?
no, what?
Maybe you are.
Oh God.
Mikey Two-Sheets.
Here we go. And we used to do a segment. We haven't done it in a long time because we haven't had a chance to, but we had a bucket list segment. And we recently were able to mark one of those off, me and Tony were, and you can see it on our social media. Axe throwing has always been on my bucket list. I've always wanted to do it, and for some reason, I'm suspiciously good at it.
It's good to see that you're still alive, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And have all of your fingers.
Nobody got
Most
hurt?
of them. No, nobody got hurt.
Great.
Ego got hurt a little bit. We did some extreme go-karts, and those things were fast, and Tony beat the living shit out of me. He lapped me on a short course.
Yeah.
He lapped me, and it wasn't even particularly close. The lady even commented at the end, she's like, that was the nicest, cleanest race I've ever seen ran here. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
How many times did you pass him?
Just once.
Just
but
once.
If
That
it
was
would have
enough.
gone on much longer, he would have
That was
done
enough.
it.
Like a double.
well, it's
Okay.
And I eventually gave up. I was really close to rear-ending him, giggity, and she didn't even wave the flag. I almost think she wanted me to do it, but I didn't want to be the guy that gets kicked out of go-karts.
What I think is funny about that too is that after I lapped you, and we kept going around and around, then she gave the final lap, and then they cut us both off at the same time. You still haven't finished that last lap. I'd go back and ask for your money back.
Oh,
I
indoor
wasn't-
kart racing. Who
I-
knew Tony could be so great?
He was fantastic at it.
If he had drove in reverse, would he been able to get like extra money?
More laps,
Extra money.
Yeah,
I would have made money.
Made money.
maybe.
I happen to know the space where you went and did this, and I'm just curious. Did you did the axe throwing? You did the indoor car racing.
Yes.
Did you do the rage room?
Now,
we
we
go ahead,
actually
go ahead,
have done a rage room before.
Is it in this
we,
room?
Mike and I have experienced a rager together,
Yes.
and then
Whoa.
and a rage room at the same time.
Wait, what?
So
Couple
we
years
went
back.
It was toward southeast Michigan. The Destruction Depot, I think, is the name of that
Yep.
place, and so we bought this bin. Like you could buy pre-packaged bins of stuff to destroy. In fact, they had a giant printer / copier / fax machine like you see in
Office Space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
PC load letter. What the hell is
what
this?
does that mean? And so we purchased a container. What was in there? There was a PlayStation.
Yep,
You
PlayStation
took
2.
that one.
Yep, I beat the hell out of that. Vases or vase. You
Yeah,
should-
some plates.
Yes.
The movie there, The World Is Not... No, Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah, that-
on VHS.
Yeah.
Tomorrow Never Dies. Is that a
Did you
James Bond.
Did you
movie?
specifically pick that movie?
No, it
It
was
just
in the
happened
bed.
to be there. I
Oh,
thought
okay.
it
I
was
want
perfect.
this one with Halle Berry
It was
in it.
perfect.
Oh, hell.
Isn't that the one?
No, I think
Tomorrow Never Dies?
I think that was the one with
Famke Jensen.
what's her
See,
face? that
my
can't
thing
act her
is-
way out of
All
a
right,
paper
anyway.
bag.
I would think the two of you would have
Paper
picked
bag.
like Night at the Roxbury so that you could have gotten at Rob Schneider or something.
Oh,
And they would do this while they're
Well, we would
they'd
punch
wreck
it.
their heads
No,
back and forth.
no, all
we
right.
would punch the thing to break it. We wouldn't use
Punchable face, so I mean it's
A punchable
battable
VHS.
face,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So,
we let out some rage that day.
we sure did.
Like,
There
I saw a different side of myself. I forgot it existed.
So did you end up going to the movie theater too then? Dune? Is that where that is? Is that where that's playing?
No, we
No.
didn't. We just happened to like.
Wait, where's Dune at? Where I've heard that it's out. It's
Well,
been
Mikey
re-released.
Two-Sheets.
Yes,
They tell
why
you
don't we-
where that is. Where would you like to tell where that is?
Yes, there's
Tell us where it is.
in the.
Tell us now.
There's
us
a better
later.
entertainment corner.
Please tell us now.
Later.
Your boy Mikey Two-Sheets. I couldn't do it with the straight face after last week. All right, first up we have Dune, which is on HBO Max and in theaters. I, unfortunately, and this is the first one I can say this, I saw it on HBO Max, and I wish I would have seen it at the movie theater. At the movies.
At the movie.
And this is also the first one I could say I had to watch it twice just to write the review on it because I enjoyed it that much, and there was a whole lot to it. I think it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes. The cast list alone, which I listened to some of our previous episodes, I've never done this right and gotten everybody's name right, so I'm never going to purposely get names right from here on out. It had Oscar Isaac, Rebecca Ferguson, Jason Momoa, Josh Brolin, and Timothy
Chalamet.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
I take issue with a lot of people that said that this was a boring movie. You know what this made me think of?
Wait.
You're missing Zendaya, but yes.
I'm kind of
Yes,
curious.
I forgot.
So
well, there's a reason why I left her out.
you've
7 minutes.
seen the original, right?
Yes,
As I
I haven't
pressed
seen it in a really long time.
See, that's my problem. Is I barely remember seeing it,
I don't-
barely remember what it was about. But I do remember one thing:
What?
it was incredibly fucking boring. So my question
You're an
is,
idiot.
what's the difference?
So I take issue with people that said it was boring.
Not this one. I'm not saying this one
This
The
is
OG.
because I haven't seen this one.
The OG.
Have you
Yes,
seen it?
The original.
The original?
with
it was
Sting in it.
dreadful.
It was terrible.
Have you seen this one?
Unwatchable.
The 2021
I
version.
did not.
Okay.
Because
Because
the first one was so unwatchable.
Okay.
I just
That's
couldn't
exactly
get past it.
So this one, it wasn't boring. It actually reminded me of the old throwback blockbusters. So they would build up a story, build the backstories, then there would be an action scene and like a build up, then they would take you down a little bit, give some backstory, build you up again, down there. And I could see why people would say that was boring. But it was a throwback of how they used to do movies, and the action scenes were great in it. Zendaya, she was in this movie for only 7 minutes, and they've really marketed the shit of her being in this movie, and I kind of take issue with that. And it does abruptly end. Like, it feels like it's setting up a third act that just doesn't happen. Like, you can kind of see that they're all in on the next episode, or hoping it's going to get a sequel. Spoiler alert, it was just announced that they're getting a sequel. What the fuck are you doing over there? Why are you tonguing the cup? Jesus.
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Hit him with a mid-roll. That'd be longer than me.
You know what? You guys want to say what you want.
What are you doing over there?
You know, Tony took care of the whole rim of the glass there. Rim of the glass.
Uh-huh.
Rim in the ass.
Go on.
Jesus.
I am just like eating a little bit of the sugar. That's all, man.
Just make sure you don't chomp too hard. You're gonna take some of the
Ghosty has
glass.
almost got hers barreled down, so I don't want to hear it.
So this one, mine's been gone from the first get-go. I just took it all as a shot.
That was pretty much a shot, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
How you feeling?
It felt like they were building a franchise out of this, like a multiple movie franchise, and it was fantastic. Like the way it's shot, it was beautiful. It would tell a story, but it kind of reminded me, not just because Jason was in it, but it reminded me of Game of Thrones in space,
Game of Thrones in space,
where you'd have these houses that would be at like warring factions and all that. That's for the kids right now to get interested in this. But they'd have all these interesting characters. Then all of a sudden they'd just kind of move on from it. They wouldn't really give a whole lot of their backstories, and it would really suck after a while. Like, okay, give me more of that, but then they'd move on to other things. If they didn't want to do the movie thing and just did a streaming series out of it, it would be fantastic. It's a great movie. Actually, I would say this one, it's good, but we don't have that anymore. But that's
what would you
okay.
say do you know the runtime on that?
I think it was 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Okay,
it's a
so
long
it
one.
was about as long as the original. That's what I remember.
What did you say it was again?
It's good.
Oh, I had to turn it up. God damn it.
Yeah, I'd rather hear the clip, bro. Like, roll it out. Brah.
Brah.
Come on, brah.
That's what I hear at home all the time.
It's good.
Not really.
It took so
Just kidding.
fucking long to get that, and it was not worth it.
It
So
took so
Zendaya
long.
got 7 minutes,
7 minutes.
but
That's
she's
it.
doing the entire press junket like she's in it for most of the movie.
Yeah, that was a pretty significant letdown.
I think so. I
Who was
like
that?
her.
She was supposed to be the female lead, basically, in the movie, and she only, because of the story itself, she's not.
Like, I didn't even catch the name. What was the name?
Zendaya.
Zendaya.
Oh, okay.
She's not
She
on the
won't.
list.
You won't even see it. I didn't want to put her on the list because it
No,
almost like they market it like she's in this great
They
movie.
do.
You could tell in the sequels she's going to have a significant portion of the movies.
Yeah.
Which is good. Next up, we have Night Teeth. This is on Netflix. It's got Lucy Fry in it, Megan Fox, Megan Fox,
Just kidding.
Sydney Sweeting, and Debbie Ryan in it. A whole bunch of other guys.
Debbie
And
Gibson?
I read that wrong. Nice.
Jorge Lindenberg plays the male lead in this. And basically what it is this guy is driving a car like an Uber for all night, right? And he's taking these people from place to place to place. It turns out the two girls that he's taking, Lucy Fry and Debbie Ryan.
Is 2-1 cup?
No, don't you dare.
Oh.
He's taking them around and they're vampires and they're making hits as they go to each one of these places, right? And a weird fact that I have like this weird crush on Debbie Ryan. It feels like this is like normally she's in like Disney role characters, and you know who Debbie Ryan is.
I have no
Stop.
I don't
idea
know who
who you're
Debbie
talking
Ryan
about.
is.
I
my
literally
God.
thought it said Debbie
Aside
Reynolds
from
at
Megan
first,
Fox, I
so.
don't know any of these people.
No wonder why you had a double take there.
Hold on.
So this one's good. Well, good, I should say. Basically, it sets up a story versus vampires versus humans. It's been done many a times.
I was going to say, that's never been done.
Yeah, it's got good opening. You know how that sets up the story nicely. It's got a great soundtrack to it. But I noticed something as I was watching this, right? Sydney Sweeting, which you do know, Ghosty, she was in that movie.
I didn't say I didn't. I just don't recognize the name.
Voyeurs.
Okay.
So basically, I think she's entire.
Sounds like something on Cinemax. What the heck?
Yes, very close to that. Absolutely.
Are you reading the part next to it?
Yeah.
Okay, because I just read that and I'm like, oh, now I know who she is.
This, yeah. So she's clearly been typecast now. Basically, she plays any role that's a blonde with big boobs and has like a doe-eye confusion stare at the camera for a while thing. That's her in every role that she has now. And you know what's funny? You're an idiot. I think is funny about this is they put like basically Sydney's character and Megan Fox's character are two together. When you put the two of them next to each other, it was bad for Megan Fox.
Really?
Like, I could not take my eyes off of Sydney. I'm like, oh my God, Megan's wolf.
Yeah, but you're incredibly in love with Debbie Ryan, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Debbie Reynolds is ringing the bells.
Is it Debbie Reynolds? No.
No, stop it. I hate you guys. Like, I never can get through this shit without you fucking it all up.
Wait.
I didn't do it this
I don't know
time.
who that is.
See if you can do Debbie Ryan and, I was going to say Megan Fox, too, so I could see both.
Oh my God, she's Jessie.
Yes,
That's
Jessie.
Debbie Ryan.
Yes. Oh, I liked her.
Remember that?
My
remember
kids
that,
love her.
Remember that cat video that we were watching
She's
earlier?
not on Disney anymore.
No, yeah, she had a great
she's-
wardrobe
wow,
on.
her
Jessie.
forehead looks like Frankenstein there.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's a big forehead. I'm saying.
That is not.
Copacetic.
I don't find her at all any.
No, she's got pretty eyes. Pretty eyes.
Not
But
happening.
it actually makes Megan Fox look bad in this one to the point where like they actually had to separate the two characters because they couldn't have them standing next to each other, and she had to have her own. And Sydney was over here, and I bet there was some shit that was going on. Like she
Ooh.
makes Megan look like a dog.
Wow, that's
This
pretty
movie
bad.
was. It fell off at times. Like it just the story dragged on.
Well, as good looking as Mike is, he's got the ability to throw that shit down.
Yes, and it had Game of Thrones alumni Effie Allen in the movie too. He kind of sucks in it too. This movie was mediocre at best. It's still worth
I'm giving you that one. I can just hear it in your voice.
Oh.
I can just hear it.
I
in your
want to
voice.
say that, but I
I can
can't.
hear it in your voice.
I can't. It's worth a watch. It's not the worst thing ever.
The daggers. The daggers
Fine,
that
you
were
get
shot.
that one.
We're gonna wrap
you
up
that
with this one. Snuck past me, and it was on a long time ago, and I don't know how I missed it, but it's called In the Dark on Netflix. It's a 3-season series so far. The opening scene like kind of hooked me from the get-go, and it's a lady having sex. Basically, it's completely dark room. You can tell they're having sex, right? Because it's very, very loud. I'll
Sexual.
say vocal. Where a douchey guy says, "God, do you even know how hot you are?" And she says, "No, I don't. I'm blind." And I'm like, at that moment, I was like instantly hooked on it. So
Are
I
you
played.
sure he wasn't talking to an oven?
So we now know that Mikey Two-Sheets has a blind woman fetish.
No, get out of
If
here with
you've
your.
seen him, you would understand
Who
why.
lives in ovens?
So she a witch.
Oh, like Hansel and Gretel.
She's a hot witch.
Yeah.
God,
All right, keep going.
Jesus, Casey.
I want to know
and
more
JoJo.
about this movie. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a series. I only got through season 1. I couldn't get it. She has a seeing eye dog named Pretzel that she can't fucking stand.
Are we talking about pretzel sex?
I'm out.
Why?
She can't stand her
No.
seeing eye dog. Pretzel?
At first.
What a bee.
Yeah, she is a bitch. She is totally a bitch. Like,
I don't know how hot I am. Fuck off, Pretzel.
you're ruining this for me. Her name's Murphy.
Well, you did.
That's why Ghosty became part of the show.
She has complicated relationships with her adopted parents and her
dogs.
lesbian roommates, among everybody else in this series, because she has issues, to say the least. And she has like at least one strange sexual encounter per episode. Some parts were extremely funny. Like I actually remember sitting out there dying laughing. But at the end of season 1, it just keeps on, feels like it's dragging on. Like it just like get to the point. Like it was like 2 episodes too long per season so
I
far.
know the feeling.
Like this movie review.
Was this a Netflix original?
Yes. Well, I might have been on the BBC One originally, but I think Netflix bought the rights, and they just put out another season of it. I'm way far behind in it. Basically, a boy that saved her from a mugging goes missing, and she thinks she finds him in the alley. She's blind, and she feels what she thinks is his dead body, and the whole time she's trying to figure out if this is really, is he dead? Where is he? What happens? And it's her mission to find.
He did.
I fucking hate all of you right now.
He did.
I'm sorry. The description you're giving does not make it sound like it's worth watching, but you said you got lost in it, right?
I did. Like there's one point I might have watched 9 episodes in a row.
Wow.
I could not
Are
stop.
they 30 minutes?
No.
Are they
Holy
15
shit.
minutes?
Your
No.
family
10?
must miss you.
45. What?
45.
Who misses me?
45.
45.
45.
Mikey's got to go to the bathroom.
Well, that's on there forever.
Mikey, do you gotta go to the bathroom?
Mikey Two-Wipes.
You know how I feel about competitive banter. This one has it in it, and it's outstanding, and it's funny as hell. And towards the end of season 1, there's a weird scene with a lesbian and a straight guy that have a makeout session that hit a little too close to me, to home with me, and it reminded me of something I had long forgot. I don't want to steal it, but in a moment, I'm like, holy shit, I feel like they're talking about my life. I want to move on.
Is this also going on your bucket list?
No.
I feel like it already has.
Yeah,
It already happened, yes.
I
Is that
feel
called
like
PTSD?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
I am not going to
PTSD.
prompt you to say anything, but now you have left everybody listening going, what the fuck's he talking about there?
There's a makeout session between a lesbian and a straight guy
Okay.
that leads you to believe that something
You
else
fell too close to your heart.
because it was me. I had this happen, and it was, people are drunk.
Now we've
and
closed the loop. Thank you.
Something happens, and all of a sudden you get to a certain point, and you're like, "What the fuck are we doing?" And that's kind of what happened in this.
I don't know that hits straight to the heart. I don't know about that.
Closer to the heart.
All right,
You know, Rush wrote a
so
song
what do
about
you
that.
give it? What do you give it?
I'm gonna say it's good. It runs a little bit long, and I can't wait to finish that. Thank you, and I can't wait to get to the second season to it. But it seems like each season is like 1 or 2 episodes too long. Just like wrap it up, move on.
I feel the same way about getting to the second season of Fuckboy Island, so I'm right there with you.
Oh my god! Don't
right there with you.
I've seen better Dateline episodes. Like, no.
Now, have you watched
ones?
anything of any of this Fuckboy Island? You haven't watched it.
No.
I don't
I've
mind.
not.
And Mike, you still haven't watched anything, right?
No. Is this a
and I'm not
challenge?
going to.
I know.
Is
I'm
this a
just
challenge?
checking.
Oh.
I'm just checking because sometimes I'll actually follow up on some of the movies and different shows that Mike reviews. I did watch their How to Become a Tyrant on Netflix. Mike was spot on with his review. Definitely a good one. Peter Dinklage doing the narration on it. He did an absolutely awesome job. They unapologetically, I will say this, draw the parallels to modern United States at times. Very much trying to do that. And I think with good reason. Overall, I would. What did you end up? Did you end up giving it mediocre? Or did you give it a?
No, I thought it was good. I thought it was great. Matter of fact,
I give it a good as well.
Did you like the part where I'm trying to remember this now, but they would have like cartoon like recaps of.
Oh yeah.
It was so well done.
It was well done.
And they do direct comparisons of like basically what was happening in the United States at the time. It was shocking. It was hard to watch at times.
No. Oh yeah, definitely. Especially when they draw those comparisons because you're like, oh yeah, shit.
Wait,
that shit is
happened.
going on.
That happened.
Yep.
They give you like a list of 14 things, and like 12 of those things happen.
Ghosty, you haven't seen this yet?
No.
I recommend you watch it.
Okay.
It's good. It's almost as good as In the Dark.
That's going to bring us up to our There Is a Better Discussion. It is on being a tyrant, but we're not going to do it until after the midtro. So stick around. Or come back. I guess you don't really have to
To the
stick
second
around
half of
for
the
this,
episode.
do
I
you?
haven't done that in a while.
Do you have to stick around?
Yes.
Only if you're sticky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is somebody sticky?
Well, you could be like a monarch butterfly that's been pinned to a board and it's a shadow box kind of thing and you're being put on display in a scientific
They're not
anybody
sticky.
do that?
Or licking
Yeah,
the
I
rim of the
haven't.
cup?
There you go.
What I do, my own time.
You're not my supervisor.
Thing.
Thank God.
Mike's got his halfway licked down too, so
No, I do not. That was a fluid.
I'm not seeing any sugar on there.
I couldn't stand this shit. All right, I'm going to finish it.
It wasn't great.
Drank it, left most of the sugar.
There's a better podcast coming up. More.
I should have asked, does anybody need to go tinkle before we started the second?
I did.
Uh-oh.
Okay. No, I'm just checking.
You guys can live vicariously through my tinkle.
I don't even have to get up from the couch. I just take care of business.
Good.
Acquiesce.
No comment.
Depends. I mean, it depends. Get it?
Copacetic.
It depends. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're not going anywhere with this. Welcome or proceeding on. I don't know. I always feel like saying welcome back, but it's likely that if they've stayed around this long, it's
But they're coming back from a commercial, so technically
a
that
commercial.
works.
A commercial.
Yeah,
That
one
still
commercial.
sounds like us. So
Well, I mean,
yeah. All right. Anyway, There
Sounds
is
like you
a
guys.
better podcast. Once again, my name is the intern formerly known as Ghosty, and to my right is...
I am Mikey 2.5-Sheets. That sidecar got me working on another.
And to his right is...
Was that like an erection joke or something?
Ooh, we can get there if you
Are
want
we
me to.
calling you an erection joke now?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Ghosty,
No.
fuck.
No, I was talking about Mikey 2.5-Sheets. Well, it looks like 3 now.
Who are you?
Tiki Tone.
Who are you over there?
And finally, way over there
Wait.
in the Disney shirt.
Hello. Oh.
It's pronounced
Called
Disney.
out.
Hey, we got to talk about them later.
Guesty.
Gusty.
Guess.
Gusty.
You were talking about your shirt?
Yeah, go ahead. Look at this. Actually,
Wait,
look at the shirt. What do you notice
Prince
about
shirt?
it? What do
He
you notice?
wishes.
What do you notice about it? Do you
Your
notice
nipples are hard.
aside from my nipples
That's
being hard?
Oh,
No.
now Mikey's 3.5-Sheets.
Can anybody name what the issue is? There's
Can
an
I
issue
name
with
what
it.
the issue is?
Can you tell that it is off center?
No.
No.
You
Not
can't
from
tell
here.
that?
Not
No,
from here.
because the way you stretch your shirt out, you centered it.
I thought there was some pride of you going to like the last world tour or something.
I did go to the last word.
All right, well.
It was
Okay.
Kiss, so
Right.
that because actually nobody can
not
see
Prince.
what we're talking about right now.
It's Kiss.
It was Kiss. We went and saw
Thanks for
went and
great
saw
radio.
them in concert. It was pretty awesome. And I don't typically. I'm too old to be buying $45 shirts that I'm going to maybe wear once or twice.
I feel that.
And so I figured on the way out, I knew there would be somebody out there selling them in the parking lot, and sure enough, there was.
Oh, so the off center.
$20, yes. And I looked at it and I was like, "It's off center, dude."
know,
And
now
I was
that you
like, I'll
mentioned-
still give you the
I-
$20. That's good.
That's a good deal.
Now that you mention it, I think one of those S's is actually a 5.
It's a dollar
So
sign.
it would be like, cause five.
It's a dollar sign and a 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, the hardest working band in the world. Cause five.
Cause
five.
Cause
Don't
five.
say.
Yeah, I went and saw Kiss. What was it? About a month ago? I think it was about a month ago.
It was
You
a
almost
little
dropped
while.
his
Really?
mic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was fucking awesome.
That's why I'm
It was
wearing the
great,
Disney
great
shirt.
show. Great show.
Bought the shirt. Got
Because
to
you
wear
went
it.
and saw Disney in
yeah,
concert.
I bought 2 pairs of ears,
saw-
and I almost wore a pair of ears today just because I got to get my money's worth.
You should have.
I will next time.
Because that is one of those things. Again,
I got 2
that's-
pair.
You're only going to wear it a couple
Give
times.
me to a
Okay, anyway.
God.
Oh,
All right,
Mikey's now
before-
3 sheets.
before the break-
Now he's 2.5. Yeah, he's back to 2 sheets.
Before the break, we were chatting a little bit about how to become a tyrant. That is a show on Netflix. Both Mike and I
Copacetic.
recommend that one now. And yeah, we are all copacetic today. I have a question for you guys. My thing is, this has got me thinking about the idea of if you were the dictator of your own island, what laws would you enact? And just to kind of expand on that, if you don't have anything like immediately to think about, and this could be like completely serious or completely ridiculous. Take your pick. I don't care. Tony, I already expect ridiculous from you, and that's why I love you.
Ridiculous.
But I'd like to see some serious ones in there too, because I mean, there's shit. Like for instance, one of my things is we talked about 2 kinds of people on one of our podcasts, and one of the things that we all agreed on: people who park like assholes.
Yep.
Is it punishable by death on your
It's
island?
just fucking annoying.
You're the dictator. You're the dictator.
Yeah,
You're like,
if I'm a
off
dictator,
with his head.
I mean, it might be just a jail time. I don't know, but that shit annoys me to the point that I'm like, yeah, that's outlawed. There are lines there for a reason. People park in the fucking lines. I don't care.
What
if
are you
you're
going to do to people that do the
I don't give a
toilet
shit.
paper roll wrong?
Well, it doesn't really matter because
Okay,
it's
I got
my
a small
island.
one. I got a small
Yeah,
one.
what do you got?
No more plastic bags at checkout. They're gone. Bring your own bag.
Oh,
I hate them.
this is an is this an environmentalist thing?
BYOB.
Yeah, but I hate them. Bring your own damn bag.
Bring
I'm
your
gonna
own
die on that
damn
hill.
bag.
Bring your own damn bag.
So what is?
How else are you supposed to
is
scoop
that
the
a
cat litter into something then?
BYODB?
Thank you.
BY. Yeah, that is true. What do you
Although-
do with cat litter?
I have a shit ton of plastic bags,
See?
but they have recycle bins at certain places, though. If you
So you
decide
fill
that
them
you
with
want
cat
to,
litter, then take them to the recycling place.
oh my god, that's a brilliant idea.
I'm just saying. Let's think of other ways to do.
I did
things.
see that meme somewhere where they said something like, if it was during the like the height of the pandemic, and it said something like to the degree of, I don't have any toilet paper in the house, but goddamn, if people needed plastic bags, I am the queen right now. So yeah. Anyway, what do you
Yeah.
guys got? What do you guys got? Come on.
I'm sorry, I'm just distracted by
You're
Mikey.
right, and they
Mikey
are
Two-Sheets.
also like one of those things too. Like you can recycle them, and it's a pain in the ass to remember when you're going to the store to grab them on the way out the door to drop them into the
to
recycle
drop them in the
bin.
bin.
It's a pain in the ass.
I never remember. So on the
If you would have given me
so
100 guesses, I never would have guessed that would have been somebody else's rule on their island. But
that's my rule.
Well, there you go.
It's an easy
That's
one.
the idea, though.
Yeah.
Come on, you're the
I have an
Mike. You're
idea.
the tyrant of your own island. What are you
Come
going to
on.
do, man?
I think I would say that everybody would have to live their own lives. You can't oppress your views or your values onto somebody else's life. You can't rape. You can't murder. You can't steal. Other than that, everything else is pretty much allowed.
Yeah.
Can I respond to that?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
you can.
You're about to get kicked off my island, aren't you?
That's fine. You're telling
This is Fuckboy Island, so
This
he's
is
good.
Fuckboy Island. Right. So you're telling people I demand you to not be oppressed. But by
No, I'm telling you.
you get it.
I'm demanding that you don't tell somebody else how they
But
should live their life.
by doing that, you're telling how they should live their
Hey.
lives.
But
You
damn
get the
it, I
fuck
want to
off
do
my
all these
island.
terrible things. That's my right.
Yes.
I get what
I'm
you're
going to the
saying.
island where there's no
Saying
plastic
too,
bags.
But you should also get what
I
I'm
get
saying
what you're
because
saying.
I'm correct.
Think about it a little bit longer, just
I'm
as
not-
a backup
this is
one.
the
Just a
hill.
backup- No, it was a good one. It was
She
a good
get
one.
plastic bags. I get values.
I got
Shit it on?
I got people parking in places like straight, so whatever.
You do the toilet paper wrong, you lose an ass cheek.
Which I did not use.
Guillotine just for ass.
I'm not going to go that far. on people.
Guillotine. That's how that's pronounced.
Tony, you got
but I'm not
anything?
going to enforce that because that's not going to be on my island. Yeah, I would say don't talk over anybody. If you're on my
Oh,
island.
stop. All right.
Willie.
I'm gonna try
say
this
Willie?
one then. Okay, so you got any song to pick?
No, he
as,
won't.
As the
You asked me, will he? He said no, he won't.
as the
I won't.
anthem of your island. What is it, Ghosty?
Oh my God.
Any song at all? And if somebody's got something ahead of Ghosty, go ahead and yell it
Guesty's
out.
going to choose Barbie Girl by Aqua.
Oh my God.
Because
on repeat
I
for the whole island.
I haven't had any time to
I
think
don't
about
actually
this
know
myself.
that song. How does it go, Mike?
Copacetic.
You absolutely know.
Can you sing it for
no,
me?
I will
Hum a
not.
few bars.
I'm not
Come
doing
on.
it. Nope.
You must know it.
Oh, we can play it during
Oh,
the
he
episode
does
and get
know.
our
Come
copyright
on.
strike. Get that out of the way real quick.
Yeah, we got like what 4 in a row so far. Let's go for a nice handful.
Well, they haven't told us to stop yet.
You got anything?
Not yet.
Tony?
Oh, you were asking me?
Oh,
What was the question again?
Your hype song?
Anthem, your song, your anthem.
You know what? I'm gonna piggyback on Mike's. I'm gonna go with Big Sean. I don't fuck with you. How about that?
All
I can
right.
now that I know.
Yeah.
That I can sing.
I think that's
Are you gonna do that right
I
now?
think
No,
that's
I
the
won't.
title of the song, isn't it?
I'm going with Queen. We will rock you.
I
But-
will go
Oh, you
with.
live on a fun island.
Damn straight I do.
People park straight.
As long as they
and
park the right way, they are good to go.
And they rock.
That's right.
That's great.
So don't drive your Lamborghini on all crooked or shit like that.
Like have your Lamborghini, enjoy it, but don't be a dick.
Well, I mean, you could be a little bit of a dick.
So if that's not enough for
not
you,
a
then
giant dick.
Are you pulling this up real quick, Mike?
No, I was trying to think of a Godsmack song that I'd have be.
I Stand Alone. Yeah, that's a good one.
Probably, I'd be on the island by myself. since I
Alone with
impressed
his
everybody.
values.
Are you
Crying like a bitch.
and acting like one too.
It's copacetic.
So was that your possible song?
Copacetic.
Sure, apparently, whatever.
I mean, I sprung that one on you guys. So
I was feeling like a Prince song was gonna come. Like I was feeling like a Prince song.
for you,
Yeah, for me.
Delirious?
Which one? Sexy
no.
motherfucker?
Yeah, right.
Purple
yeah.
Rain.
No, that's too. No, that's the wrong.
Party like
Darling
it's
Nikki?
1990.
You can't have
Darling.
Oh no!
You can't have Purple Rain. Everybody be
Just
having
the whole
babies.
soundtrack, just all day. No,
Oh, actually, I am on board with that. I would go with Prince's Purple Rain, the entire soundtrack.
just the soundtrack.
There'd be
yeah.
babies everywhere.
Oh, it'd be freaking awesome.
and no plastic bags to be found.
No, that's why there's babies everywhere. Nobody can wrap that shit up.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm glad you went there. I was about to.
Are your
go there.
values being
And
absconded?
everybody's parking straight, so there's lots of busyness going on there because you got the soundtrack going on in your car.
We're on
you're
different
doing your
islands,
thing.
bro.
Wow.
You're on whatever
I'm on
island
this
you want to
weird
be,
island.
but I'm digging my island
All right.
now.
He's on Fuckboy
right.
Island.
It
Sounds
apparently
like it
is.
You can escape from Fuckboy Island prison. Did you know that?
You're on the Fuckboy Island.
All right. Even though it may not seem like it, I am all about positivity. And my other question is, if you could just give me one thing, because we have seen, 2.5 years? It's almost been 3 years since things kind of flipped upside down. Is that right? Is it about 3 years now?
I'd say so.
And
What?
there
No,
has been
we're
a
not.
lot of negative
No.
shit that has happened in the past 2.5 years.
It's been going. It's
It's
been
been
going
longer
down
than
for a
that,
while,
but-
Well, I'm specifically talking pandemic-wise.
19-ish.
Sure.
Late 19.
It's been
early
annoying
20.
as shit. And the thing of it is a lot of times I start to get down about a lot of things. And every once in a while, I got to sit back and I got to go, you know what? There is a lot of positive shit happening in this world. And that's what this next question is about. One positive thing. Can you give me one positive thing that you see happening in the world today that is going on?
I have one.
Go ahead.
Do it.
I'm seeing for the first time in maybe human history, underrepresented populations have a voice that they probably have never had before. And it's pissing other people off.
It is.
But I couldn't care less. It's been nice to see. It's been growing, and it's long overdue.
The unfortunate part about it is that there's been some like incidents that have happened where that was kind of the catalyst to that change. Mm-hmm. But sometimes that catalyst has to happen in order for that change to occur. And
unfortunately, yes. Yeah.
Those that are not a part of that population, for those to be able to see it. So, but I agree with you. Yeah, you're right. That is a good thing.
It's noticeable. It's profound, and I hope that it continues.
Tony, you got anything right now? Or you think on that a little bit?
Aaron Rodgers was called out for being a dumbass. That's one positive change.
Feels good.
No, that's not my real answer, but I'd like to. That plastic bag use has actually. I don't have anything right now,
and that's okay. That's okay. You don't have anything. I mean, kind of springing it on you. So.
Off air, we did harp on something along those lines at one point. Of course, that was a tongue-in-cheek joke, so I'm not gonna repeat that.
You can
here.
do it, but you know what? I know you see this shit, so it's a matter of just pulling it out of your ass and going, what the fuck do I like about the world today? Which you do like something, so don't give me that shit that you're going to give me.
I like Jodie Sweetin. She's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to jump in.
Give me what you got.
I mean, what Mike said is right on, but I was thinking even just more simply that, reevaluating what's important. Like I think about, how much time people used to spend at their jobs and things that were just not meaningful and not important, and really just kind of stepping back and saying like, oh shit, my family's important. My kids are important because these are the things that are at risk of losing like permanently because of everything that was going on in the world. And, and people were losing not only family members, but, maybe losing their jobs. And it's just, I think that's the thing that kind of hits me is like, people are really reassessing what's important.
Did you spend any time working at home during the whole thing?
I have had the time to spend working at home since March 2020, like I think most people did, and then got called back in the summer of this year in a hybrid type of situation. And then starting in January, we'll be 100% back in person. And that's not universally, like that's not everywhere where I'm working, but that's the department or the area that I'm working.
It also seems
so
like
it's
a
not
lot of
across the board.
A lot of businesses have actually kind of reevaluated how they're doing it too, and how they're approaching it. And I think that's kind of good.
Yeah, and so in our house, husband works for like a big tech. And they're all remote.
No, he's the son of a
big
bitch.
Tech is wrong. Big
not
tech
that
is
kind
bad.
of big
He's
tech.
the one that's listening.
Kind of
Wait a minute.
He's
He's
a
part of Meta. God
he's
damn
a
it.
local. Yeah. So anyway,
Just kidding.
So anyway, they've just reinforced like just remote, and then which is great because they've been able to be productive, functional. They can still produce, and just like we did, even in where I'm at, like we were able to do all the things we could do before, from our home successfully without all that kind of busyness, like wasting time at a water cooler and nonsense.
So funny that you mentioned that. I had my performance evaluation this last week.
You for real one?
Yeah, a for real one at work, and she's like,
Works
Mike,
well with COVID.
she's like, Mike, are you still as driven as when you started this job? I'm looking at retirement here shortly, and I
don't have to drive here anymore at all.
She was like, are you still that ambitious? Is that what you want? And it's funny because I was thinking about that the last couple of weeks, and I said,
Really?
No. I don't even really want to be considered for that job, because in that moment that kind of all hit me that my priorities changed.
Yep.
Like it's just a little bit more money and a whole lot more bullshit, and it would require a whole lot more sacrifice from my family and being away. And at that moment, it's no longer worth it to me.
Yeah.
And I never, ever thought that I would ever be that guy because I've always been very ambitious and very driven. But I'd rather spend that little bit of extra time I have putting time into the podcast and this. I get more enjoyment out of this than I do my job. I love my job. It's a pretty cushy job.
The nice thing is you don't get paid for this. So.
We don't get paid for this, but this is fun. This is an outlet.
But that's the key is it doesn't matter. That's not even the point.
No,
the point is it's an outlet. It's something to release and have fun with.
And to learn from and find out this whole different world and connect with people. For God's sakes, I was in a Twitter space the other day and Jay-Z was in it. And we're like, are we really talking to Jay-Z right now? Like how this never would have happened if it wasn't for the podcast and joining in because of other things. It was so fun.
Did he have the check mark to his name?
Yes. 3 million verified followers. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a joke. And
There
I was
you
like,
go.
it's legit Jay-Z in this Twitter space.
That's pretty
Those are
awesome.
two of my favorite letters.
So yeah, to me, that's the positive change. Is just like seeing what else you're capable of, expanding what your priorities are outside of, because it just kind of force you to step back and just reassess. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I think it's a good thing.
To piggyback on that is for like probably the past 4 or 5 years, I've been saying to myself, like, we need a reset. There just has to be some sort of reset. Didn't see that. Didn't think it was going to be in the form of a pandemic and that people were going to die from it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can now blame the pandemic on Tony.
Thanks.
His address is as follows.
He
One,
put
two,
that
three,
shit out into
fuck
the universe.
Avenue.
Street. Oh yeah.
But you were right. That was the thing. You were right.
It's
It
a big
did.
reset,
and it
We
was
just
a big
needed
reset.
But I didn't anticipate it to be like that. Sorry.
My bad. That's on me.
Whatever.
That's
Yeah.
on me.
Oh, Mikey's taking it. He's
My
taking
bad.
it. Mikey two and Mikey's 4 sheets now.
Don't do. Let's blame Pete Davidson.
Yes.
So am I
fucking
putting
butthole
more-
I like
eyes.
Pete Davidson.
Would you
Damn it.
would you say that the reset is the definite part of what you see out of positivity as far as what's going on now? Because look at this. I mean, you're talking about Mike. Mike's kind of looking at things, reevaluating his life, the approach he went to everything.
Yeah, but I don't care
Ghosty's
about
over
Mike.
here talking about.
That's not
but
true.
no, but that's the thing. Is it's a reset for everybody,
Right.
Myself included.
Yeah.
Like I actually eat better now. I
Fuck you.
am happier now. Like since I've been working at home, I'm actually
Yeah.
happier.
That's
I'm
why I
happier.
send.
So am I.
That's
Yeah.
why I send you depressive texts.
And
just
not
to,
only
you know,
not only am I happier,
even
but
that
I'm
out.
more freaking productive.
Yeah.
And again, I realize this wasn't a good thing for everybody, and I don't
No. We're
don't
not
ever want to
condoning
make
the virus.
light of the fact
No,
of what
no, no.
happened.
It should never have came to this
But
moment
no,
for
it
us to
should.
realize
it was,
what we
It
needed
was
to.
that thing where we all got to experience something that we never would have got to experience otherwise.
Right, right.
And that was the whole working at home concept. And don't get me wrong, I understand there are people that don't have jobs. Basically, don't throw the shit at us that, it's like, well, there's people out there that don't even have a job. We don't give a we give a shit.
We know how fortunate
we know
we are.
that we are very fortunate, but it was that one of those things where it was an experience that
we can
never
only
would have
talk
had.
about our experiences. We can't
Right.
talk for anybody else.
Which was my positivity, by the way. And you hold on,
Yeah.
Ghosty.
No, you-
my thing was, and again, and I was going to put it in that phrase. I realize this is not everybody's experience. For me, I have noticed people are a lot nicer to me now.
Where the hell are you going?
And that's the thing is, I know that's not for everybody.
Strip club.
I don't know what the difference is. I don't know what's going on, but people are nicer to me now. Like in stores, talking to people, dolphins. If I ever meet one, I'm sure he's going to be a nice guy.
Probably very flipper.
As long
I
as
mean,
it's not an orca whale.
And
that's
again,
fine.
I know this
Orcas.
isn't everybody, but to me, I see people as being nicer now. They seem
It gave us a much needed reality check.
more courteous
at a terrible cost.
more friendly. Just the simple act of opening a door for another individual when you're walking into a store, whether people realize it or not, that actually carries on to other people.
a
This
multiplier
is the way
effect.
I believe, and I realize that's not everybody's belief, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's one of those things where I just notice people are being nicer to me now.
But the thing is, if you're on Mike's island, he's going to tell you what to believe.
But it's also probably because I'm also being nicer to people. So
Maybe that's just
You get
it.
out what you put in the world, right?
I agree.
So it's your projection of yourself onto others,
Perhaps.
and
I don't
maybe
know.
that's how that works for
And
everyone.
hopefully,
So-
after all this
Yes,
shit,
Gusty, you were trying to spit
Yeah,
something
yeah,
out there,
go ahead,
and we
go
kept
ahead.
stopping you.
Nope, you're fine.
No, get in there, get in
You wanted
there.
to say all the things. I want you to get out all your things.
Good conversation, man.
Yeah. So the only thing I would
Okay,
say,
I'm going to
the
go ahead
other
and talk over you now.
positive.
Or I guess discussion is what we're supposed to call it.
Oh my god.
What do you got?
So the only other positive I would say, even though it's kind of it's a negative, but it is a positive in that it showed all the negatives, is that the downside for all the people that weren't able to get through this in the way that like us fortunate
Unscathed.
people have in this room,
Yeah.
like keeping your health care throughout all of this and keeping your, your benefits and having your job. So, I mean, it did expose some things. And I think that's a good thing too. It's devastating, but I think those are some of the things that needed to be exposed as well.
If you want to look at the negativity in the world, we'll take the opposite side of it. There's plenty of that. You don't have to look that
No.
hard.
That's my forte, baby.
Well, and we're not saying that we all came out unscathed either.
No.
We've
No.
all been
No.
affected by it,
In
and
some
I
way.
lost somebody through this.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where, yeah, these things do happen. It's just that, like Tony said, it was like the world needed a reset, and I think that's really what it did.
Almost every. I don't know if there's going to be anybody from this point on that's going to say that this thing didn't change their life in some way, for the good or for the worse.
Good, better, or, yeah.
Yeah, there's not. This affected everybody. It's still affecting everybody.
I was gonna say, we're still in it.
We
Yeah,
still
we're
can't
still in
in
it.
it.
Still in
And
it.
that's the thing is, every time I go to say it, I go, I always want to say during the pandemic, but it's like we're still in it.
Yeah.
And it
But
might
that's
be
why
way
I
of
always
our lives
refer
moving
to
forward.
it as the height of the pandemic, because I'm like, well,
Yeah.
what else are you going to call it?
Sure.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate that. It was one of those things where I think we put a little bit of positivity out there. What do you guys think?
I need a nap after that.
No, that's awesome. That's good conversation. That's what I love. You know this more than anybody, Tony. All right, what do you got there? You got like a cool podcast recommendation coming
Yes,
up,
I
don't you?
do. This week's There's a Better podcast recommendation is called The Insanely Dangerous Retro Podcast Show. Podcho.
What makes it insane? What makes it dangerous? And
It's-
most of all, what I want to know, what makes it retro?
What makes it a pod show?
The retro is it's all from the 80s and 90s, with more of a focus on the 80s.
Ooh.
They do a.
I'm actually really excited now.
What happened there?
They lead off the show with the top 20 locations of who's listening. They actually could see like most recent episodes of where they're listening around the world.
Wait, so they actually have 20 listeners?
20 locations, yeah. Well, that was great.
Here, I'll give you some of this for some retro moment here. Go right on ahead.
I thought he was playing Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Okay.
Everybody knows what this is.
Stranger Things.
Yes.
All right. Hey, by the way, season 3 was or season 4.
Hey,
trailer
get back
just
to the
came out.
fucking
Oh, sorry.
recommendation, please.
You
Sorry.
bring up
Gotta wait.
Stranger Things and you want me to do it. Every single thing they do in this show has an 80s or a 90s theme to it or that vibe. They're from Southampton, England. And that I had an extremely hard time, even through their website and everything, of finding their names. I think it was Gaz, and the other guy goes by the name Dangerous. So there's the Dangerous segment part, right? Really long episodes. Hour and a half to start. It was like the
Wow.
smallest episode. Most of them like 2, and I think I even saw 3.5 hours per episode.
Oh, wow.
They don't play.
What?
They among any show that I've ever listened to, they talk about their listeners right at the get-go, and they give them a whole platform of it.
gonna keep
They're
repeating
very
that.
appreciative. All their lead-ins to their segments have an 80s or a 90s produced lead-in.
Like different every time?
every single time.
That's crazy.
And there
Wow.
are tons of segments. Like one of the ones that really stuck out to me is that they did headlines in this day of what year it was.
Oh, that's pretty
1983.
That's
This is
pretty
what was
awesome.
going on.
I dig that. I dig that.
That's great.
It was more of a focus again on the 80s, but they did do some things in the 90s as well. Give them a listen. They are on the
I will.
Insanely Dangerous Retro Pod Show.
I will, but I will say I am not listening to anything that's 3 hours long.
Yeah, that.
Did you listen to that episode?
Yeah.
Did you get all the way through it?
There's sometimes that I would like tune
Fall asleep?
out. No, I wouldn't say that because they're very upbeat and very
For 3 hours?
produced segments. It catches your ear each time. But like when I'm doing this,
Good God, we have
I'm
a
working
hard
on
enough time
reports
keeping
at work.
upbeat for an hour.
Yeah,
Right?
after you had our positivity segment. Like they're for 3 hours. Like I'm running reports and doing all these other things in the background. So I'm trying to listen to this. So it goes by really fast. You don't even really notice it. I'm like, oh crap! I just listened to the whole thing. But yeah, it was very enjoyable.
Cool. What was the name of it again?
The Insanely Dangerous Retro Pod Show.
Oh, Pod Show.
Pod show.
You're
Okay.
almost with me. You're almost there.
There is a better insanely dangerous
Let's-
retro pod show.
Can we go to our random bits? There's a better random bits.
You
We
can
have a few
random
minutes.
bits all you want.
So you did a kind of a segue or a lead into this earlier about something marvelous that Marvel did, and it kind of goes about what I was talking about earlier about other underrepresented.
Marvelous Moves by Marvel.
There you go. Also known as
I know,
MQ.
kind of fun, huh?
That's too much.
This at a
Say
time
it.
where
Would have sounded much
companies-
better in your voice.
And, well, companies around the world are always looking at profits and making money, right? They did something that kind of caught me off guard, and it kind of went under the radar. So when they were releasing Marvel's Eternals that just came out...
Are you going to need Ghosty's assistance on this one?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
3
I
countries,
already know the
Saudi
story.
Arabia, Kuwait, and Qatar, asked them to cut out certain parts of the movie that represented the
BTQIA plus.
It's almost
There
like
you
we
go.
planned that community that were represented in Marvel first in this one. Disney refused. They flat out
Awesome.
refused to cut the movie. So thus, the countries are saying that they wouldn't allow it in their country. That's their choice, right?
Sure.
But Marvel could have done this.
That's
right?
awesome.
Marvel could have cut this and still looked at that dollar sign and just released it, but they took a stand, and that's not normally what Disney and Marvel
Disney.
have done.
No.
Well,
And
Marvel's
we are
always
really
done that, but
talking
Disney
more
not so much.
Disney in this case, right?
We're not
Well,
bashing them either.
Because they,
It's
No.
they bought the
taking a
Marvel
stand. It's a good
franchise,
thing.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Marvel's always been
Very pro.
Yes, absolutely. Disney normally, when it comes down to money signs, Disney normally looks at the money signs.
Right.
This time was different, and it's
Wow.
a change in how they are doing business moving forward. And I just wanted to take a second to say I applaud them for taking a stand at a time where they didn't have to. This could have gone under the radar; nobody would have known about it, but they did.
I don't know that they wouldn't have. I mean, don't you think they would have? Someone would have released something, and something would have come out, and it would have been some backlash. You don't think so?
I don't think anybody would have.
Found out.
I don't think. No, I
I
think.
don't know anything about this, so I'm just asking a question.
I think this has happened hundreds of times prior to this moment where they've just cut that stuff out, right? Not just Disney, any company, right? If they didn't want to see it in their home country, they just cut it out of the film and just moved on. With like, they
Okay.
took a stand, and that's why I appreciate the stand that they took. They
So-
didn't have to.
Marvel looks marvelous, is what you're saying?
Marvel looks marvelous.
Wait. Let me say it again. Marvelous moves by Marvel.
Also known as M3.
Disney supports Marvelous moves by Marvel.
God, I haven't heard that.
So I was trying to
ages.
find. Yeah, it was.
Who
not very
was
well.
the actor? Who was the actor? I can't even remember.
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Oh, I was
One of
going to
them
say
is.
it. I'm glad I didn't.
Oh, go ahead.
No, if you got it, go ahead.
No, I like the guessing.
You want to do the guess?
Yeah,
All right.
let's do it.
All
All right.
God, I can
Do
see
you
his
want a
face.
clue?
Wait, can you bring it up anymore so that people could actually hear it?
It's pretty quiet in general, but
All right. Basically, we're pulling an old skit from Saturday Night Live, and the phrase was, "You go ahead.
You look marvelous, darling.
You look marvelous,
darling." So yeah, old skit from Saturday Night Live, right?
Yes.
That's what it's from.
Yes.
All right. What's one of your clues?
All right. So one of the clues, he's a big fan of the Mets. Not that you care about that.
What the hell?
That's the. Oh
Actually,
my God.
that's a huge clue.
Not even sure how
that's
I'd
a
know
huge
that.
clue.
I can't give clues that won't give it away, but
All
that's
right.
not one of them.
He's a huge fan of the Mets. He was also a waiter in the movie.
What?
He was a waiter in the movie Spinal Tap. He dressed up as a mime.
What? You're giving a,
I can't
a
think of his
ghosty
name.
clue for sure, because I don't know that one.
Billy Crystal.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
You are marvelous.
You look
marvelous. That was
All right.
totally a ghosty clue.
Did you want to hit in on any of the other? What the hell is that supposed to mean?
It's shit that you know that I wouldn't.
It's very under the
I
radar.
sure
kind
as
of
hell
stuff.
ain't gonna know about the Mets.
Well,
He's a big Mets
I think
fan.
you guys should do a segment
I don't know
sometime.
that.
What does Ghosty actually know about sports?
You
know what?
Because for those of
Let's
you
roll-
that
I know
don't
more
know or
about
haven't
sports
heard
than
at
you
any point, Ghosty knows absolutely nothing about sports. He doesn't watch sports. He doesn't care about sports. He just doesn't do sports. And he doesn't play sports.
oh,
All right,
golf.
so let's
no.
go ahead.
Golf
and-
counts, right?
I think-
that's a sport, right?
Golf?
Golf's a sport. Is golf a sport? Yeah, it's a sport.
I think we should go ahead and roll on that bit right now. Let's just do it.
It's a sport.
Let's do it.
Well, hold on. But did Mike? Did you have any
Mike
more bits and
Two-Sheets?
pieces?
There's
You
some
good?
more
I
Do
was
you
gonna-
want to
what do
try
you
and
got?
do you want to try and get Ghosty? See what Ghosty knows about sports.
Get ghosty.
I can't. Well, flying off the cuff is probably unprepared, and I probably wouldn't be able to do it. But
Oh, we're fine at being unprepared and off the cuff. I mean, we're sometimes crude off and funny.
Throw some stuff at
Always friendly banter and off the cuff.
Because one way or the other, it's all copacetic.
It's all copacetic. Okay, so let's go ahead and
Copacetic.
there you go. All right, let's go ahead and start with let's do mascots, shall we?
All right,
And
I'm
we're
ready.
We're gonna start with football.
I am being quizzed. I know
because we can.
pretty much absolutely nothing about sports.
Off the cuff.
All right. So this is our sports talk football segment here.
I'm excited.
Okay. What does Ghosty know about
Football.
football? Let's go with professional football. Let's start with probably the easiest team to guess. They are a team that is in the Midwest, a team that currently, at the recording of the show, is 0-8 for
Detroit
the 2000.
Lions.
All right, congratulations!
Detroit Lions.
It is the Detroit Lions. Well done.
Every
well
season.
done.
No.
Every season. All
right.
I got one.
right, Mikey. Two-Sheets.
What?
I was an easy bone.
Okay.
What current?
Bone me
It's a
again.
good start.
Bone me again.
Oh, I'll bone you anytime.
Make it harder.
What? What current NFL?
Do I get to use Ghosty as my lifeline?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
What current NFL MVP is currently in hot water for his not so specific vaccination status?
Oh, hold on. I do have an answer for that. That would be... I don't know. All I can think of is Ice Cube.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
Just because he was in the movie next Friday doesn't
Did you
mean
turn
that
the
he's...
news on in the last 2 days?
I know about the Raiders guy. I don't know.
Oh, that was terrible.
That was
it
a
was
few weeks ago
awful.
now.
Yeah,
That was a
it
few
was
weeks ago now.
awful.
But yeah.
All right, we brought him up earlier today. I'm going to give you a big clue. We brought him up just within this second segment, or second half of the show.
Jake from State Farm is a clue.
I didn't know Jake from State Farm played football.
I don't think he's watching the ads in
He's-
between the game, buddy.
Have you seen Jake from State Farm? That
Fine,
dude is burly.
I'm going to use
I've
the
seen Drake
lifeline.
from
I'm going to
State
use
Farm.
the lifeline that I am not allowed to use because I don't have an answer for you, and I know when I hear it, I'm going to go, "Oh yeah, that's
okay,
right."
lifeline.
Lifeline.
Lonas.
Guesty.
That is Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, Ron.
So
Or
there's
as we
your
like to
there's
call
your
her
guess.
this week.
There's your
Yeah. Okay.
lifeline.
Hey,
You
Aaron
guys did
Rodgers.
mention that earlier. All
There you
right.
go.
All right.
Aaron Rodgers.
All right.
Guesty, would you like to throw out some football knowledge or just anything
you're
off the
making
top
me
of your
sweat.
head? Oh, you're fine. Okay, this team. We're staying with professional football.
Okay.
This team was one of the teams.
I like the music.
It's terrible, but so good.
If you know what this is, please email us or tweet us or whatever and tell us what this little piece is that's going on in the background if you
All right.
know it.
So this team.
Okay, this team was...
This is our last one because we got to wrap it up.
All right, fine. This team was part of the movement to help assist in changing inappropriate mascots in the National Football League.
Washington.
Fucking A, dude. You
Yeah.
got it. High five, Arena. The Washington football team.
2 out of 3 ain't
So
bad.
what did they rename their team?
They're
It's just
currently
called
known
the
as the Washington football team.
Really rolls off the tongue, eh? I really want to buy that merch.
It sounds like something you would find on Sega
it's
Genesis.
borderline close to what the fuck.
I think
It's
Washington
bad.
football
It's
team is a
bad.
great way to end the show. Let's get out of here.
All right, guys.
All right, There Is a Better Podcast. As
Mike's
always, you want to
face.
find us on YouTube, you can do that. You want to find us on Instagram, you can do that. You want to email us, you can do that. I think we already went through all that crap.
Yeah.
Mike,
Aw.
how you feeling?
I always feel good.
Tony, how you feeling?
You know what? I'll probably be better in 3 weeks.
Guesty, how you feeling?
I'm great.
I feel like a good motherfucker.
I'm glad. You
I
should.
haven't had enough to drink.
2 out of 3.
One way or the other, if you didn't enjoy what we did here, remember, there is a better podcast. We'll see ya.